Live from Arkansas streaming news leader, this is THV 11 Morning News at 7 on THV 11 Plus.
Look who I found this morning on THV 11 Plus. Good morning, everybody. I'm Hayden Balgavy.
And I'm Karen Fuller.
I'm meteorologist Tracy Bean.
Hey, good morning. I'm Ashley King. Glad to be with you.
How's traffic out there?
Traffic is looking pretty good this morning. It's not too bad. Yeah, it's hopefully going to be. I mean, this week it's been a little bit busy on the roads.
This is my sigh for the heat, my sigh for the traffic. Everybody take a deep breath. We're going to get through it together. We're going to get through it together.
Yeah, well, you've had AC issues this week.
It's back now. We're good
now. You deserve to sigh.
Oh my gosh.
I do notice a change in your
I'm telling you, I was hot yesterday.
When you're hot.
Oh man.
I feel for people that don't have it and have to work outside, you know, Tracy, in this heat.
Yeah, there's a lot of folks that do this on a daily basis, and they're like, why are y'all complaining?
We're not. We are thinking that.
It's a very, very good point.
All about perspective, isn't it?
Right. Yeah. So a lot of traffic issues this morning, and then of course we have to deal with the weather. But as far as the traffic goes, no accidents across the metro at last check, and you can see right here, this is Interstate 430. It looks beautiful this morning. It's a nice drive, so nothing too bad this morning as we're coming across and looking at all of these accidents. My mic, I'll just tell you, my mic is kind of cutting out, so I'm sitting here like, what is going on with this? But anyway, so yeah, okay, thanks, Hayden. So right now it looks good. It's mostly green. We have our usual slowdowns, but not looking too bad. We'll get another look at traffic coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, weather today, of course, is going to be another blazing hot day. We have heat alerts across the state once again, very similar to yesterday's map, where we're going to see that extreme heat warning for the River Valley, Central Arkansas, and Eastern Arkansas, and the heat advisory for the majority of the rest of the state. So those heat index values are going to be at those dangerous levels. That weather impact alert for this summer swelter is going to continue through tomorrow at 9 p.m., which is where those heat alerts are going to end finally, hopefully as well. So the extreme heat warning again and the heat advisory through Thursday, and those temperatures are going to be at 100, maybe even a little bit above, and those heat index values are staying above as well. Very, very warm. We are starting the day off, and it's a beautiful sunrise, and so now we're just looking at a nice day as we're already starting to feel those heat index values. So it's 79 actual air temperature, but feeling like 81 degrees. And finally, the wind's picking up just a little bit, but as long as that air is moving a little bit, it makes things just a bit more comfortable. Again, 79 in Central Arkansas, 77 in Stuttgart, 73 in Russellville. We're going to look at your day hour by hour, and the chance for finally a little bit of a break in these triple-digit high temperatures coming up as we're heading into the weekend. Stay with me. We'll talk more about that forecast coming up.
Tracy, thank you. Developing this morning, House Speaker Mike Johnson sends Congress home for the summer recess one day ahead of schedule. The move comes as pressure intensifies for a vote on whether to release more documents related to convicted sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein. Kentucky Republican Thomas Massie is among those pushing for transparency, saying the issue is hurting President Trump's reputation. The Deputy Attorney General has expressed interest in questioning Epstein's confidant, Ghislaine Maxwell, who is now serving 20 years for her role in the abuse of minors, mostly girls.
President Trump is now accusing former President Barack Obama of treason, claiming he led what Trump calls the Russian hoax during the 2016 election. Now, he claims Obama was behind an intelligence report that sparked his administration's investigation into Russia's attempt to interfere. The former president's office fired back, calling the claim, quote, a weak attempt at a distraction.
They caught President Obama absolutely cold. He's guilty. This was treason. This was every word you can think of. They tried to steal the election.
Trump made the allegation while meeting the president of Philippines in the Oval Office, where the two agreed to a deal imposing 19% tariffs on Philippine imports.
We are learning more this morning about the Department of Education halting debt forgiveness under its income-based repayment plan.
This follows legal challenges to President Biden's SAVE plan. However, it was the only plan that lawmakers chose not to challenge.
The decision may be tied to a federal court ruling, but so far there's no clear order requiring the forgiveness to stop. The change, though, leaves few options for borrowers who have already made the required $300 payments, and we're expecting their remaining balance to be cleared.
For now, forgiveness is on hold, but you're encouraged to keep making payments. Forbes reports that any payments made past the $300 mark should qualify for a refund later on.
If you do need a break from loan payments, you can reach out to your loan service company to ask for a temporary pause.
We are following more concern this morning over conditions inside some immigration holding facilities.
New video from inside a federal office that's being used as a temporary holding site shows what migrants are facing firsthand.
The footage is raising serious questions, and now the Department of Homeland Security is responding. CBS's Jared Hill breaks it all down.
Men seen sleeping on the floor on thin blankets, sharing a single toilet. Video released by the New York Immigration Coalition is giving a first-hand look at conditions inside a holding cell at the city's federal immigration offices.
He did not deserve any of this.
Samara Dela Cruz Gooden says her husband, John Paul Alcivar, was there for several days last month, detained by ICE at his asylum hearing, something attorneys and advocates say has happened before under the Trump administration.
Why are you detaining them when they are following the process?
Samara said her husband was fed just a sandwich and a bottle of water a day before being sent to a detention center in Louisiana.
He was just saying they don't give him enough food.
The Department of Homeland Security has disputed concerns about their facilities.
Shut it down!
Further south in Florida, crowds demanded the detention center in the Everglades be shut down and for it to not be referred to as Alligator Alcatraz.
Is this a joke? No. To mock the very real suffering of migrants, to stir up fear, and to turn human rights violations into campaign slogans.
Claims Florida's governor attempted to shut down.
These representatives, first of all, they're just trying to get some notoriety. So they're making these claims. You need a place that you can process and deport efficiently.
This all comes as CBS News polling shows a growing number of Americans disapprove of how the White House is handling immigration. Jared Hill, CBS News, New York.
We are learning now the cause of a deadly fire at a Massachusetts assisted living facility. The fire at Gabriel House in Falls River killed 10 people. Investigators now say last week's fire started in a resident's room, likely from a malfunctioning oxygen machine or even someone smoking. The fire marshal calls the cause undetermined, but confirms medical oxygen did help fuel the flames. One survivor filed a lawsuit this week claiming the facility failed to follow emergency procedures.
In a THP 11 update this morning, a new development designed to help Little Rock's homeless population is finally back on track.
After years of delays, construction is now moving forward. THP 11's Tamer Knight joins us now to tell us where it all stands and what's been holding up that construction. Good morning, Tamer.
Well, good morning, Karen and Hayden. This Microhome Village will provide temporary housing for around 220 people. Cedar leaders say it'll be a productive resource for the growing Little Rock homeless population. The site is located near Roosevelt Road in Little Rock, and what's now a construction site could become a safe place for more than 200 people experiencing homelessness. City leaders say this Microhome Village will not only offer a roof, but also access to health care, job training, and daily support from caseworkers. The village is meant to serve as a transitional housing support for all tenants. But with the project being announced over 2 years ago, officials say it's been on hold due to federal regulations.
We're using federal funds to do the non-congregated units, and so the federal government required that you have to have sanitary bathrooms in there in each one of the units.
Kevin Howard with the City of Little Rock says the federal funding guidelines forced a redesign of the village. But with construction now underway, the city hopes to begin moving residents in by 2026. Now, Little Rock's homeless population is currently estimated at around 1,000 people. So this village with room for 222 people doesn't come anywhere close to solving the city's homeless crisis. However, city leaders say it's a step in the right direction. Tamer Knight, THV 11 News.
Pulaski County officials are now enforcing new no horses rules along the Southwest Trail. In an online post, officials say the county will begin installing no horses signs after reports of safety issues and messy conditions caused by those horses. The trail is designed only for walkers, runners, and cyclists in order to keep everyone safe. Officials say this move aims to protect the trail and ensure it stays clean and enjoyable for all users.
And now let's check in with Ashley King and on the traffic this morning.
Yeah, no horses, I don't think, on our roadways this morning.
Hope not.
I haven't checked my hometown of Clinton, though. There's a lot of horses around there. They're riding when they do the chuck wagon races, which will be coming up pretty soon. But right here in the metro, it looks like traffic is moving around or along pretty well. We're looking right now at I-30. This is the I-430, actually, and I-30 interchange near the Little Rock Outlet Malls. You can tell it looks hot just from this view right here. It's just kind of hazy, and it's a beautiful sunrise this morning, but definitely it's going to be a hot day. So I know everyone in these vehicles driving down I-430 right now have those air conditioners cranked up. We're looking at our map, and it's mostly green, which is great. Our drive times into downtown Little Rock not looking too bad this morning. It's an average of 51 miles per hour. If you're going down Chenal from the Rawling Road area, it's going to take you 15 minutes to get into downtown Little Rock. From Benton, a 20-minute drive, and Cabot traveling about 58 miles per hour, a 20-minute drive into downtown Little Rock. So Tracy, it looks pretty good across the metro right now. Weather, again, just hot day, right?
It is going to be another hot day. We've been talking about that high pressure just ridge that is just sitting on top of the southern states, and this kind of shows that anywhere you see that orange, it's kind of like a bubble, if you will. These are our heat index values currently. Central Arkansas feeling in those lower 80s, but you know, keep in mind, it is just after 7 a.m. as we are looking around our areas. Everyone, for the most part, is feeling the same. Poor New Orleans already feeling like 94 this morning. Now we are looking for a high today right around 100. You can see those are sprinkled all over the state as well, and those upper 90s as well. Texarkana could see 103. Heat index values this afternoon could be right around 107. So again, as we're heading through the rest of the day, plenty of sunshine. It's still going to feel like 94 degrees at 8 p.m. this evening, and as we're heading again for those heat index values around 8 o'clock, you can see it's still going to be anywhere between 102, 103 as we are heading into that nighttime. So it is still going to stay hot, and that's why I say even though we do have that weather impact alert from noon until 9 p.m., it is still very warm before and after. Now tomorrow's temperatures are going to be very, very similar to today, maybe even just a little bit warmer in a few areas. 100 expected again for your Thursday. So that dangerous heat is certainly continuing. Those temperatures, although going down a little bit, are remaining above average. We'll talk more about this hold that high pressure ridge has on us and if there's any relief in sight coming up in my forecast.